Unpack, do laundry and get organised with me after a family trip to Disneyland Paris. I am Ree from mummyof4.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, whether you've got unpacking to do, cleaning, organising, tidying, let's get it all done together. So we literally just got back from our trip. Our airport transfer just dropped us off. The last thing I want to do now is unpack. I'm exhausted, but future me will thank me if I at least make a start on it. So I'm just going to start by pulling things out of the cases and sorting things into baskets. So I use these pretty little Disney bags, the Loungefly ones, as packing cubes just so we can pack more. Those are all our toothbrushes. They're going to need a bit of a clean, sort of sanitize before I put them away, because I don't pack our home toothbrushes. I have toothbrushes to pack for when we travel, just to avoid having to shove things in last minute. Just makes it so much easier. So all that is dirty laundry. And now that's one case empty. Yay, win for Ree. So the reason I like to make a start early, I mean, I don't like it at the time, but I do it because it's the right thing to do. Ooh, little champagne flutes. I'll show you those in the Disneyland Paris haul video, which will be over on my Mummy of 4 Does Disney channel. Anyway, the reason I need to make a start on laundry ASAP is I normally do laundry every day just to stay on top of it. Otherwise you end up with this laundry hangover, which is where you haven't done laundry for a few days and you're like, oh, there's so much of it, and it makes you really sad and overwhelmed. So by just getting some laundry on now, even if I do very little else with the unpacking other than tackling the dirty laundry and just keeping the machine going. Just feed the machine, keep it going. Even if I don't sort the stuff that comes out of the machine, just keep feeding it through. Then that is making a dent in this laundry monster that is currently taking over my life. So I'm going to sort things into colours if I have more time when I'm packing away. Oh, look how much stuff there is. It's everywhere. I'm going to have to do a bit more. I'm not going to be able to get into bed tonight, am I? So if I have a bit more time when I'm packing up to go, as in the hotel before we leave, whichever trip we're on, I sometimes sort things into loads even before I go, but on this occasion, packing up was a very last minute thing. We didn't have a lot of time. So I've just tipped everything out and sorted it into loads ready to stuff the machine. So at least those can be like lined up in my laundry room, ready to fill the machine. So I'm kind of making a smaller pile of mess here. So I've now got organised chaos in the corner of my bedroom. I can get into bed and I can sort of move around my bedroom-ish, and I've got laundry ready to put on. So let's get that machine loaded and going. I have still got a little bit of laundry from the day before we left, plus all the stuff from when we're away. So I'm kind of amalgamating it all together, sorting by colours, and then I can just keep the machine going. Because that's the thing, it's not like an instantaneous snap your fingers thing. If you've got a massive pile of laundry, you can't overstuff your washing machine beyond its capacity, otherwise it will just break and flood the place. Trust me. So you can't wash more per cycle than your machine is capable of doing, which means you just have to keep it going. Otherwise it could take just forever to ever catch up. And there's nothing more overwhelming the mountains of washing all over the place, thinking how am I going to get through all this. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. So right, so now we're in my office, and this little case has got the stuff that I needed to take out for customs, because this was all carry-on luggage. So one of the cases, the one upstairs, had like toothbrushes and liquids and things in it. This case had all my electrical stuff, all my vlogging bits. Oh, Zara made me a birthday card. It is also my birthday today, by the way. It's my birthday. I mean, not by the time you see it, but it's my birthday now. So those are autograph books from the children, hard drives, just all the bits you've got to take out at customs and show them. My laptop, all my cameras and my GoPro, and what's that? That's another camera. That's my M50. I think that's a lens. So just all, I keep all that together so I know where I can find it all, and so that it's easy to take out to customs. But then obviously I need this stuff for work. This is all the SD cards that I have filmed on, and the just bits that I'm not quite sure exactly what to do with right now. Like that's a luggage weighing thing. What's it called? Scales, to make sure your hand luggage or your check-in luggage or whatever isn't too heavy. So I'm using a basket. You know I love a basket for, I'm gonna deal with this later, but I don't want to leave it all over the floor stuff. I'm putting things that I bought in that big bag because I need to film a haul video. At the time that you've seen this, the haul video is filmed, but I don't think it's live. I mean, obviously depending when you watch it. If you watch it way in the future, then it is. Oh, passports. I've got an air tag on my passport so I can find them, not just within the house, but if they were to go missing. Anyway, the whole video, at the point where I'm filming has not been filmed. The point where I'm recording this voiceover has been filmed, but has not been edited. And by the time you see it, maybe it's live, who knows? So anyway, that's the state of my office. Not amazing, but again, I've got a basket, love a basket, of bits that need putting away, but at least I can find them quite easily. These things need to go away back into my desk. I need to tidy my desk because obviously I've got to start editing all the crazy amounts of vlog stuff that I filmed while we're away. But first I have to unpack some stuff so I can find things. So I've got these hard drives and whatever. My hair straighteners need to go back upstairs because all those needed to come out of the suitcase to show customs. From that point of view, it would have been easier to just check a bag, but we didn't choose to do that this time. Now for the toothbrushes. I always think it's a little bit grim because these are toothbrushes that just sort of sit around between trips, which is great because they're packed, they're ready. It's one less thing to forget on the morning. But if we just sort of, you know, clean our teeth, they're covered within our spit and whatever, and then they don't really dry out properly, how hygienic are those by the time it comes to our next trip? So I figured, you know what, dishwasher them on hot. That's going to kill the germs. Someone else suggested denture tablets, which is also a really good idea, but I'm just using the dishwasher for now, which I think is fine. So that's my big pile of yikes. That's what I've got to settle and sort. And do you know what? My clothes have changed. It's a different day. We've now fast forwarded a number of days. I can't remember how many days, but the on-screen information will tell you. And I'm now actually going to tackle all the stuff inside these bags. So some of these things need washing, but most of them just need putting away. So most of the washing I pulled out on that first day. The dresses, the Minnie Mouse witch dresses I pulled out the last bag, didn't even touch the girl's skin. They were wearing leggings and t-shirts underneath. That's a pack-a-mac. That is all going back in the park bag for our next trip. Those toothbrushes have come out of the dishwasher and been dried out, so they're going in the bag. Those glow stick things, they're going in for the next trip. So those are the girls' princess dresses, which again didn't actually touch their skin. They had leggings and t-shirts underneath, partly because they find dressing up clothes itchy and it's like a sensory thing, they don't like it, and partly because it was colder. Actually, the weather wasn't too bad where we're there in all fairness, but that's I'm going to show you a trick now. If you're not into Disney, it won't matter to you, but you can use a slap band to attach your ears to your bag. If you're a Disney goer, that's a game changer. Anyway, if you're not, back to unpacking. So I'm just emptying out each of these bags and making sure there's nothing lost in them that I'm not going to be able to find, you know, checking them for like children's headphones and various things. So most of these things are things that are going kind of back in a wardrobe, like jackets, things like that. So as opposed to washed, the children's dressing up clothes will just go back in there. This was the bag Zara physically carried off the plane. Zara did, Bella did, one of them. One of the girls physically carried that off the plane, so it's got all the various bits. So I've got a basket of stuff to go in Bella's room, a basket of stuff to go in Zara's room. Did I say Zara? Bella, Zara, William, they've got a basket each anyway. I found that packing cube of stuff for my husband, so I've just put that on top of his dressing table. Not a dressing table, was it? What's it called? A chest of drawers. Interesting fun fact. My sister, who's 17 months younger than me, a shout out to my sister if she's watching. I mean, she's not watching, she doesn't watch these videos. Used to call them a chestnut drawers when she was little, which is super cute. And now every time I hear chest of drawers, I always think of chestnut drawers. So are you the same? Do you have words like that you've heard like a child say in a cutesy way and you can't think of it a different way now? Because I do. Totally nothing to do with unpacking. Gosh, I do chit chat about random things in these voiceovers, do I not? So I'm at the stage of unpacking now where I'm like, send help, send help. It's a horrible stage where there's just stuff everywhere. But it's been a number of days, and quite frankly, I'm sick of looking at the pile of stuff in the corner. As organised as that chaos was, I just want my floor back. I just want space back. So that little case is full of stuff. Remember the Mickey case, because I will be asking. I've put stuff for future trips in the Mickey case, okay? The small Mickey case. Because I have lost things before, and you guys have helped me by saying, you put it in this such place, whatever, because you've watched a video and you have remembered where I've put something when I have not, because I get a bit scatty like that and I forget where I put things. So the important things for the next trip in the Mickey case. Hopefully I've said it enough now that I'll remember it, but there's no guarantees of that. So the bags need to go back where they belong, which is largely on hooks in the children's rooms. Now this, some reason I can't get into the case. That case is locked. That case has been accidentally locked. Someone has changed the combination on it. Now, you can change the combination of these sort of accidentally by closing if you open the clasp and twiddle the numbers, like pull the clasp to the side, then it will change the combination. So be really careful of that. Be really mindful of that. If you've got an American Tourister case, it is possible to accidentally change the combination. I know because I did it, and then I had to spend, I think it was about 20 minutes going through all the combinations starting at 0000 before I found the relevant combination. Now I know what you're thinking. What are you doing with those cases? You didn't even take those cases on holiday. Those are the big cases, the check-in luggage cases, not the little cases you just took. What are you doing? Well, I'm putting things in them that we're not going to need till a future trip. So inside the big Minnie Mouse and inside the big Minnie Mouse is stuff, just stuff to take. And inside Daisy is Jasmine, okay? So these little cases will fit inside a bigger case, and then I'm going to take those downstairs and put them downstairs. So this is now our hybrid room, which is the playroom when my eldest son isn't home, and is a bedroom for him, a bedroom/living room for him when he's home. And that back grey thing is a wardrobe, a sliding wardrobe. So I've put the Mickey case inside the Donald case. So there's important holiday stuff inside Mickey, which is inside Donald. So I've made this like a complicated 3D Where's Wally treasure hunt for myself, have I not? So it's in the back corner of that room, hidden behind the tent, in the wardrobe, which I'm still currently in. Anyway, that's where the Mickey stuff is, and it's super important. I'm going to need that for the next trip. So now, washing. Over the last few days, I have been keeping the washing machine going. That happened off camera. So that has been happening, and I'm confident that I'm nearly there with getting back on top of the washing, and adamant that while we're home, I must keep the washing machine going. And if I put on a load a day, it's like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. A load a day keeps the overwhelm away. And that is a true story, my friend. Don't forget to defluff your dryer too, because otherwise it's a fire risk. And now we're jumping to a different day. Poof, just like that, it's a different day. And I'm finally going to tackle this stuff in the corner of my office, because quite frankly, it's doing my head in. There's some random stuff in here. Things like one of Zara's socks. Why? Why would there be one of Zara's socks? Does anyone know? So that little concertina-y folder thing, I've got two of them actually, I've got for trip documents, mementos. Like, I don't know why I'd ever need or want that in the future. And is it hoarding it? I don't know. I'm putting all the stuff in there and going through the other bits that are in this basket, which is just miscellaneous bits I didn't know what to do with initially at the beginning. But things that go in there would be things like menus. As it happens, those menus are too big for this concertina folder, but documents that we had for travel, but more importantly, like leaflets, pictures, flyers, just little memento things. And then when the children want to do things for their scrapbooks, you can go in there and pull out various things for them to put in their scrapbooks. So that's a menu from, I think, the Princess Dining that we went to. So that's going in there. And then, I don't know, we can just pull it out and have a look in the future if that's something we want to do. This case has still got various bits and pieces in it. Now this, as I said slightly earlier in the video, tends to be the case that I take for my vlogging equipment. So I'm going to leave a lot of the stuff that I don't need day to day in there. So things like chargers that we take away, stuff like that. Those are all the annual passes. They're in the snow white case inside the zipper, okay? So important holiday things like passport inside Mickey, which is inside Donald, which is at the back of the wardrobe in the playroom, okay? And then the snow white one has got chargers and such things. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one, which is on screen now. So click a video on screen that takes your fancy and I'll see you over there. Bye.